On a warm August Sunday in Ponchatoula, Louisiana, the air was thick with the promise of a peaceful afternoon. The sun filtered through the trees, casting golden light across quiet country roads where families often drove to unwind and enjoy the simple beauty of their small town. 17-year-old Caitlin Straight was looking forward to motherhood just weeks away from meeting her baby. Her excitement was shared by her family, who eagerly anticipated welcoming a new life into their close-knit home. That day, Caitlin was a passenger in an SUV, likely chatting about her hopes and dreams for the future, perhaps laughing with friends, completely unaware of the tragedy that was about to unfold on what should have been an ordinary drive. Caitlin was known for her vibrant spirit and infectious laughter. Her pregnancy was a source of joy not just for her but for everyone who loved her. She brought light and happiness to her family, who cherished every moment with her. But in a single, senseless moment, all of that hope and happiness was stolen away. The dreams she held for herself and her unborn child were shattered in an instant, leaving only heartbreak behind. The town, close-knit and proud, was shaken to its core by the violence that erupted on a familiar road. Neighbors who once felt safe now gathered in disbelief, struggling to comprehend how such a tragedy could strike so close to home. What began as an ordinary Sunday drive quickly became a national headline: a young pregnant girl caught in a senseless act of road rage, her life and her babies lost in the crossfire. Caitlin's name is now a somber reminder of how quickly anger and violence can destroy lives, leaving families and entire communities forever changed. The SUV became a crime scene, and a family's world was changed forever. In the aftermath, the community mourned not just the loss of a young woman and her unborn child, but the innocence of a town that will never be the same. The tragedy began with a common road dispute: tailgating and brake checking between Caitlin's SUV and a silver Dodge truck driven by Barry West. What started as a minor annoyance, something most drivers have experienced, quickly spiraled out of control on that fateful afternoon. Instead of letting it go, both drivers became locked in a dangerous game of pride and frustration. What should have been a forgettable annoyance escalated as tempers flared, each maneuver on the road fueling the next. The SUV's driver tried to warn West to back off, gesturing in hopes of de-escalating the situation, but the tension only grew. The air inside both vehicles was thick with anxiety and anger, as neither side seemed willing to back down. In a flash of rage, West pulled alongside and, without warning, fired a single shot into the SUV. The confrontation, which could have ended with a few harsh words or a honk, instead took a deadly turn. The bullet struck Caitlin in the head, instantly turning a petty argument into a homicide. In a matter of seconds, a life was lost and a family was forever changed. West later claimed he acted in self-defense, but investigators found no weapon in the SUV. The evidence at the scene told a different story, one of aggression rather than fear. The evidence was clear. This was a one-sided attack, born from impatience and unchecked anger. The aftermath left investigators and witnesses shaken by the senselessness of the violence. The sound of that gunshot shattered more than the afternoon calm. It shattered lives, leaving a permanent scar on everyone involved. Caitlin, an innocent passenger, became the victim of a moment's fury. She had no part in the argument, yet paid the ultimate price for someone else's rage. The community was left to grapple with the senselessness of it all, mourning not just Caitlin, but the loss of peace and safety on their roads. First responders arrived at the chaotic scene to find Caitlin gravely wounded, her injuries severe and life-threatening. The night air was filled with urgency as paramedics worked quickly, their hands steady but faces tense, knowing every second mattered. Caitlin's life and that of her unborn baby hung in the balance. The team moved swiftly, stabilizing her as best they could, aware that 2 lives depended on their actions. Rushed to the hospital under flashing lights, doctors and nurses prepared for a race against time. The emergency room became a battleground, with medical staff determined to save both mother and child. With Caitlin's injuries catastrophic and her condition rapidly deteriorating, an emergency C-section was performed in hopes of giving her baby a chance at life. Her baby, born at just 28 weeks and weighing less than 4 pounds, was immediately whisked away to the NICU. The tiny newborn was fragile, fighting for every breath with the help of machines and a dedicated team of nurses. Meanwhile, Caitlin was kept on life support, her body sustaining her newborn's fragile start. Machines hummed and monitors beeped, a constant reminder of the delicate line between life and loss. Against all odds, the baby survived, becoming a tiny symbol of hope amid heartbreak. a testament to the strength and resilience of new life. As the newborn continued to fight for life, it became heartbreakingly clear that Caitlin would not recover. The family gathered, their faces etched with grief and disbelief. Her loved ones, devastated, shifted from hope to honoring her final wishes, supporting each other through unimaginable pain and loss. Caitlin's legacy now lived on in her child, who continued to fight for every breath in a nearby incubator, surrounded by the gentle care of NICU staff. The tragedy was now twofold: a young mother lost to senseless violence, and a baby's life forever marked by the events of that night, yet still holding on to hope for the future. In their darkest hour, Caitlin's family made a selfless decision: organ donation. Even in death, Caitlin gave others a second chance at life, her spirit of giving enduring beyond her own. She was declared a donor hero, her final act bringing hope to families she'd never meet. Meanwhile, Barry West was arrested and charged with second-degree murder and multiple counts of attempted murder. The swift arrest brought a measure of resolution but could not undo the loss. The legal process began, with the community watching and hoping for justice. Caitlin's story became not just one of loss, but of courage and generosity. Her final gift rippled outward, touching lives far beyond Ponchatoula. Caitlin's family now faces the impossible, mourning her while caring for her newborn, whose life began in tragedy. The community rallied, offering support, but the void remains. Caitlin's baby, growing stronger in the NICU, is a living legacy of love and sacrifice. The case raised questions, but authorities acted quickly to maintain trust and transparency. Caitlin's story is a stark warning about the consequences of road rage. A fleeting moment of anger led to irreversible loss. Her memory is a plea for patience and humanity on the road. One moment changed everything, reminding us all to choose calm over rage.